Good morning and welcome to Fast Horses Today. Today is Saturday. It is November 16th. And I got a few horses that I like here at Del Mar today. As well, I'm going to put in a late pick 5. And the late pick 5 starts in the 5th race of the day. Fifth race has approximate post time about 4:30 Central Time. So that's 2:30 there in the Pacific time zone. So let's get started today. The 5th race is a 5 furlong grass sprint. These are allowance horses, second level allowance horses, so a pretty nice condition there in Southern California. Small field, a field of 6, but a nice competitive field though. I've got 2 horses here that I like that I want to get the pick 5 started with. Let's first go with the 1 horse, which was Iridale. Marcelo Polanco, the trainer, and Hector Berrios is the rider. Now, Polanco's trained in Southern California for a long time. He's having kind of a tough year, but this is a horse that certainly has knocked around the Southern California circuit for the last several years on the turf, in turf sprints, has showed up well, is running some big races as far as graded races, grade 1s, grade 2s. Ended up coming off a nice win last time over at Santa Anita on a 6 furlong grass sprint. Now that was a small field too, but that was a very, very tough field. Could have been stakes caliber horses that he beat there. And, got a huge speed figure as well. And I just think this horse, should probably run well here in the 5 furlong grass layout, especially with Hector Berrios. As we've seen, Berrios has done a really, really nice job with the turf horses and putting them in good spots and finishing them up very strongly. So Iridale's live at 3-1. Then I'm going to put the 2 horse with Central Dispatch for John Sadler and Juan Hernandez. Now this horse, I find this horse very interesting. I followed this horse's career, and I'm sure it's probably befuddling to their barn as well. This horse, is a well-bred horse, pretty decent purchase as well. Had a little trouble breaking the maiden. They ended up putting the horse in a maiden claiming race. Got away with it because the horse ended up not getting claimed, ran second, ended up breaking the maiden in a special weight race. But I really like the horse's last race. The horse ran down the hill. It was his first time on turf. And this horse ran really, really nice down the hill. I mean, Hernandez just bolted right out of the gate. Well, I shouldn't use the word bolt. It's usually a bad term in horse racing, but just pushed the horse right out of the gate. And this horse just took the lead, ran fast fractions, and just kept going. And I could see that horse doing the same thing here in the 5 furlong grass race, from the 2-hole. Wouldn't have to work too hard to clear the field. And, could be tough with the 5 furlong distance here. So I've got the 1 and the 2 to get the pick 5 started. Now, the next race of the day being the 6th race, this is a Calbred maiden 50,000 claiming race. These are 2-year-old horses running at 5.5 furlongs. Now, I'm having a hard time finding any talent in this race. I mean, there's 9 horses signed on. This is before scratch time. Just a lot of slow horses here. I'm going to take a shot in singling the 2 horse, who is P-Town Prancer. This is for Jeff Bondy. Couple changes here. They're putting the horse into claiming. They're putting the blinkers on. Horses by Sir Prancelots. You'd think Sir Prancelots are grass sprinters, which, yeah, they generally are. But, they've done some work on the dirt as well. So 3-1, Antonio Fresu takes the call. I think this horse is probably just one way to go. Get the horse out and go and beat a bad field. There's several horses that come out of the same race here in this field that I just thought was a very, very slow race. And I don't really know that anything will come out of those races. That's the Silverado Storm race. Several horses come out of that race, and I just think that was a very slow race and unproductive. And that's what I'm betting on here by singling the 2 P-Town Prancer, hoping that the drop in class, change in rider, putting the blinkers on, makes this all the difference for this horse. So we'll single the 2 P-Town Prancer. All right, let's go to the next race of the day. Next race being the 7th race. 7th race, this is a 5 furlong grass sprint. These are filly 2-year-olds, and this is a maiden special weight. So nice horses here. There's always a potential. We might see some future stars here. I think it's an open field. I'm going to put in several horses in here because I don't have a strong opinion. And also these 5 furlong grass races for the babies, it's tough. I mean, it ends up being maybe a position race, who can get the best trip, and it's really tough to handicap a trip. So I'm going to put 6 horses here in this race. I'm going to put the 1, Parle, for John Sadler, first starter, definitely turf bred. Being out of the 1 hole, Juan Hernandez will definitely know what to do. We'll see if this horse works out a good trip, finishes up strong. It's 2 horse, Headstrong Ways, Richard Baltus. Now, Baltus barn has struggled for a while now, hasn't been winning a lot, but, it's been close. So it's not like the barn is going that poorly. Just seconds and thirds need to translate to wins now soon. So this horse shows some fast works, was a good purchase. Tiago Pereira's been riding really well, so we'll see if maybe the 2-hole does the trick here. Headstrong Ways. And I'll put the 5 in, who's a program favorite. This horse, a big purchase price, over $500,000 purchase here for John Sheriffs. This horse is 5-2 in the program. Now, Sheriffs, not normally known as a guy to get horses out right away and raring to go, but probably good works here, and the reports I'm sure were good, and they made this horse the 5-2 favorite. So we'll put the horse in there, and Sheriffs has definitely had a good start to the Del Mar meet here. So that's the 5, American Privilege. Going to put the 7, who is Pam and Tina for Phil D'Amato. Definitely a nice turf sprint bred here. Maymas, we've seen those horses come to the United States and win, out of a Exceed and Excel mare. Those are turf sprint there. Horse has some decent works. Ayuso takes the call. Wouldn't want to leave Phil D'Amato out of a grass race and see him upset me here at 8-1. So we'll put that horse in. Going to put the 8 horse with Special Look for Jerry Hollendorfer. The Hollendorfer barn, it's just very spotty. He can't run at certain places. He can run at other places. So that's why it's hard to just focus in on the Hollendorfer barn. But certainly Jerry knows how to get a horse ready to go and win. He's won so many races in his lifetime. But with the way things are now for him, it's, you just put him in and think maybe, Jerry Hollendorfer has the horse ready to go. But this horse has one race under his belt, under her belt, I should say, was at Los Al. The horse shot out to the lead and ended up just, faltering after that. But maybe the horse has speed to go. We'll see. Kyle Frey. Certainly Frey loves to be on the lead on horses, so could be dangerous there at 6-1. And then finally the 11 horse was Madam Secretary. This horse, $900,000 purchase. Richard Mandela. Kazushi Kimura takes the call. This horse 12-1 in the program. Don't think we're going to see 12-1 because this is owned by My Racehorse, and those folks, they show up to the track and they put their money down and ends up usually, knocking down the prices of their horses. But anyway, this horse shows some good works. We'll see if Kazushi Kimura works a trip out from the 11 hole. So we'll put that. So we've got the 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 11. All right, let's go to the next race of the day, being the 8th race. This is a 6 furlong dirt sprint. These are Calbreds, first level allowance horses are 3-year-olds and up boys. Now I've got 2 horses here, and I do have a win bet that I'm going to put in. I've got the 8 horse, who is Unbridled Vision for Tim McCanna, Diego Herrera on the horse. Now if you look at this horse's PPs, this horse is a huge purchase, $240,000 Calbred. That's a lot of money for a Calbred. This is a 3-year-old, very well bred. Has a nice record, 2 out of 3 starts for wins up there in Northern California. Now I remember liking this horse. This horse was entered some time ago, ended up getting scratched, so never did run. But this horse has a 3-race career, 2 wins, all up north at Golden Gate, running on the synthetic. So the first dirt start, but looks like the horse has been working out nicely at Pleasanton. 12-1, we'll put this horse as a long shot. And then I'm going to put the 11 horse in, Spiritual Advisor, who I'm going to put in the pick 5. I'm also going to make a win bet on Spiritual Advisor. This horse, I think, has a nice post out of the 11 spot. Aguilar takes the call. Aguilar's been riding this horse. This horse is out of the Jeff Bondi barn. Now, this horse has a mixture of races. Has run on the turf, has run on the dirt, has run at different distances. His only win being on the turf. It was a turf sprint back at, I think it was Santa Anita, where this horse broke his maiden some time ago. But this horse record is 10 starts on the dirt, 10 starts, no wins, 4 seconds, 3/3. So horse definitely gets close. I feel like this horse comes into this race in a very good position here. He has 3 dirt starts, has hit the board in those last 3 races. He comes off a mile race. I really wish this race was 6.5 furlongs. I'd really, really love that, shortening up from a mile to 6.5. But it's a 6 furlong race. I think that Aguilar will have this horse stalking and finishing up nicely. So 6-1. I'm going to make a win bet on Spiritual Advisor. For pick 5 purposes, I'm going to put the 8 and 11. All right, now let's move over to the next race, the last race of the day. Last race being the 9th race here. This is a maiden $50,000 claimer, mile on the grass. And, these are fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. we've talked about these races, in the past several times. These are your horses. Some Boulevard of Broken Dreams horses that things just didn't pan out. Some horses probably just belonged here the whole time. Horses dropping. Horses have been running in this distance, and the connections are just trying to figure out where they can, pick up a win and break the maiden. So, I've got a win bet here, but I'm also going to put in the pick 5. I'm going to put 4 horses in, and I'll tell you why I'm doing that. So first, I'm going to put the 6 horse, who is Dangerous Affair for Mark Glatt, Tiago Pereira. This horse is a New York bred, so I'm wondering if this horse will make her way back east at some point. But has 3 starts, all turf races. Has just kind of run some even races. Mark Glatt's barn has been going really well, so this is the kind of thing where in these maiden claiming races on the turf, it just ends up being who can somehow figure out a good trip, save ground, get an advantage that way, because these horses are just kind of mildly talented. So I'm going to put the 6 horse, Dangerous Affair. Then I also put the 8 horse, who is Fire Ban, Brian Corner, Tyler Bays. Bays needs to get off the schneid. I see here he's 0 for 24. I bet him a few times. I know this meet. He's not riding poorly, but just has to get off the schneid here. Now this horse is dropping into claiming. He's been running, or she's been running in special weights, and just running some even races, in my opinion. Has gotten, maybe not the best of trips, but the drop in class makes these horses faster. They're taking blinkers off the horse, and they're putting the horse in the claim category, and Bays sticks with the horse. He's ridden this horse twice, so maybe he's gotten to know her. 6-1 could be dangerous here. I'm going to put the 9 horse, who is Blue Fashion. Blue Fashion for Marcelo Polanco and Hector Berrios. Now, I mentioned these guys. These guys have a live horse earlier today, and could be end up being a good day for Marcelo Polanco. Like I said, a guy who's very experienced, has won a lot of races in Southern California over the decades, and just having a bit of a tough year. But I think this horse has run some nice races, has been the victim of some bad trips, and they put this horse in the maiden claiming ranks the last couple times. Horses run even, so it's not like this is a panic drop. Hector Berrios, I think, is going to make a big difference. As I've said, he's done some really nice riding, on the turf and getting horses in good position. I feel like Berrios is going to put this horse in a better spot. This horse is 8-1, and I am going to make a win bet on Blue Fashion here in this race. I'm going to also put, for pick 5 purposes, the 11, who was last Elizabethan. This is for Jeff Mullins, $50,000 claimer here. This horse is a Calbred. I'm putting this horse in for one reason only. If I have a live ticket with some prices, I don't want to get knocked out by what might be the favorite. Not so sold on this horse, but I'm just going to put this horse in, because it fits in the ticket. But I'm going to make the win bet on the 9, who is Blue Fashion, putting 4 horses in for the pick 5 purposes. You may ask, why would I do that? It's because Marcelo Polanco, as I mentioned, is not having the greatest of years. So, you're taking a gamble with a barn like that. They're not winning a lot of races, but, certainly are capable to win. So 8-1, I feel like it's a good win bet. So 6, 8, 9, 11 for the pick 5, and then the win bet on the 9. All right, now let's recap the day and recap the tickets. All right, so today's Saturday, November 16th. Got a couple bets here. Got a pick 5 here at Del Mar, which starts in the 5th race. Got in the 5th race, 1-2 with 2 with 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 11 with 8, 11, and a win bet on the 11. And then in the last race, I've got the 6, 8, 9, 11, and a win bet on the 9. So that pick 5 ticket comes out to, it's a $56 ticket. So as always, if you're feeling like it, play as is. If you want to add or subtract, you do what fits you. If you want to play the pick 3s within it, or play the pick 4 within it, you got to do what fits you for the day. So we've got that $56 ticket there in the pick 5, and then the win bets in the 8th race. I've got the 11, and the 9th race, I've got the 9. So whatever you decide to do, I wish you the best of luck. Let's get some good trips today, because good trips result in good luck and good results. And let's wish the folks over at Del Mar a nice, safe day of racing. As always, I ask you to do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost anything. It puts you on the feed. When new content comes up, it gets served to you. Like, dislike, make comments. We like to make a discussion here. So as always, I thank you so much for watching today. I wish you the best of luck. Let's have a great day at Del Mar, where the turf meets the surf. We'll see you soon.